Good evening, peeps. So today is an interesting topic, and that I've often hear people talk about. Uh, why shouldn't I marry a single mom? I'm going to give you the pros and cons of some of the reasons why you should never date a single mother. One, women choose to be single mothers. I know they're going to give you some BS about no, I didn't know what was going on. Women control access to, can't say it on YouTube. It's a three-letter word, starts with an S, ends with an X, and there's a backwards three in there. Women have access to that. They are the ones that's giving it to us. There are over 30 pieces of BC for women to use. Men only have two. One is permanent. So you are the ones that make the decision to have a kid, allowing somebody to run helmet on you unprotected. And this is what scares me about a lot of women, that you would meet a guy on Monday, get down with him Monday night or Tuesday, have no history of who he is, and let him shoot up the club with no raincoat, and you have no idea what he has. So women choose to be single mothers. Now, most men are willing to give you a pass for one, but you walking around out here, 3, 4 baby daddies, never been married. Let me explain a little some reason why you're not married. They didn't think you were married material. You were either too masculine, you were either too easy, or you were too ghetto. Yes, ghetto. So if a man sees a woman that's a quality woman, he would take her off the market quick. She won't be waiting 2 or 3 years to get married. 3 to 6 months, he got her. Baby, I gotta take you off the market. I can't have nobody else have you. Men are predators. We can smell the insecurity in women. So you got women walking around with these weaves and fake hair in their heads. We know you damaged, so we go after you. You easy targets for us because we already know. No person with a reasonable mind will bat down their head and put a coat over it that looks like another whole complete race hair. We know you insecure, so that's why we going after you, because we know you insecure. And that's why you keep running into the same dudes that you're running into, because you're unbeknown to you, you're releasing or showing men your insecurity by what you display to them. Now, you don't believe me? Fine. Go look up any body cams. Go look up any videos anywhere where women are acting the absolute fool, and watch what they have on their heads. You'll be hard pressed to find a woman with natural hair out here acting like a buffoon. Most of them are the mops, wigs, weaves, whatever you want to call them, in their heads acting a fool. I don't know if it's the chemicals in the weaves that make them act stupid, but they acting like buffoons. And then they don't understand that to get a good man, you need to have a clean slate. That means no extra bodies, not a whole lot of babies by much different, by whole different dudes. And if you do that when you're young, find you a guy who has potential, going to school, he's getting educated, he's doing the things that he's supposed to be doing. Don't hook up with the rookies and ray because you think he's cute, he got swag, he got his pants hanging off half his ass, because they all broke. Dude walking around with dreads in his head, they're broke. Find your dude. Find you the most boringest dude that's trying to get educated, and build with him. And you will have a good... You won't meet... It's not guaranteed. Nobody's guaranteed to have a Mercedes. Nobody's guaranteed to have a $500,000 house. 99% of y'all won't have that. But yet you will blow away your womb to Rookie, Ray Ray, Pookie, and Johnny. And then when you get 30, 40, and 50, now you're looking for a man to build with. Why would any man waste his time to be with you when you already been ran through, your transmission, your differentials all busted, and you want him to then hook up with you, be faithful, pay your bills, and be your boo. And you got a truckload of kids tagging behind you. It doesn't matter if your kid's grown or not. You still been. So anyway, I'm gonna tell you quick and easy. Stop dating the Rookies and Ray Rays and Pookies. I know that's what you love. Stop. Learn to love yourself, and others will see your inner beauty come out. It's getting sad, and I recently saw a video which was kind of depressing about how delusional a lot of black women are, and with wearing the weaves and all this other stuff. A lot of it, I already figured out some of it, that you're either lazy or you have self-esteem issues. I think it's a combination of both. I think there's a third option. You do it because other women do it. Because I'll give you a perfect example. Look at lashes. They are ugly as all get out. And women are wearing them, knowing how ugly and how men cannot stand them. And you do it because other women do it. Same thing with the hideous, ugly-ass white nail polish y'all putting on your hands and feet. It is ugly. It's all get out. But you're wearing it because other women are doing it. So women are some of the biggest simps on the planet. They're like goats with blinders on. They will follow whatever it is. It doesn't matter. If tomorrow wearing some manure on your head became popular, the same women will walk around with a pile of manure on the top of their heads and couldn't tell you. Same thing with dudes that walk around with earrings in both ears. They don't even know why they do it. They just follow like blind sheep. So here's what it is. You guys got to change. And if you want to get dated and find a man, find him when you're young, not when you're old. And y'all give some of the crazy ass reasons I hear women breaking up with their husbands or leaving. Oh, he wasn't this. He didn't give me enough attention. Here's what it is. I've heard all these BS stories before. If a man out there making his hustle, he's not going to have a whole lot of time. He may not have a whole lot of time to spend with you. You know he's on his grind. So why are you tripping? He's not out here sleeping with other women. But then you turn around and trade him in for a rookie Ray Ray who got donuts in the bank, don't have no money, no potential, and you turn around and hook up with him and then turn around try to get back with your boyfriend to try to milk him for money because the rookie Ray Ray that you love, who's a straight Bama, you like him, he makes you excited, but your husband or the guy you should be with is boring. He doesn't give you that, he's not that nitro in your engine. He's just regular 87 unleaded. But the Pookie and Ray Rays that you look at at 90 and 98 unleaded, yeah, okay. What they gonna do for you? You're not gonna have a family. They already got 12 kids by 12 different girls already. You just gonna be, girl number 13. And then you have to explain that to other men why you allowed yourself to get in the situation you do. And then you want to build with a man when you're 40, 50 years old, when you should have been doing that when you were 20. Men don't leave relationships. Most men don't. The average dude don't leave a relationship. Some of the rich multimillionaires, yeah, because now they have more options. But the average dude, he has no reason. Even if you get old and lose one of his legs, he will stand by you to the end. And y'all women have to change the way y'all thinking. He has to pay all the bills and you pay nothing, because the whole idea of men being providers goes back to the days when we were hunter-gatherers, and we would go out and hunt. The men would do the hunting. They would slay the beasts. Some of them would die, during the battle of killing whatever the meat they were getting, and they would provide the food and stuff for the women. The women would then prepare the meals. Those were old traditional women. Today, most women don't know how to cook. So now most women are getting educated and getting jobs. And then you still want a man to pay 100% of all the bills, including going on vacations. What are you doing with your money? I'm going to tell you dudes what they're doing with their money. That's their getaway money. That's why they want you to pay all the bills. They're not really looking for love. They're looking for a paycheck. They're looking for a simp that's going to give them money, going to pay their bills. Because most of these chicks out here talking about I'm an entrepreneur and all this other stuff, got 12 different companies. They broke as all get out. That's why they need a man to pay their bills, because they can't. Here's the water. Here's the water level. They're right here. The water's right under their nose. If it gets a little higher, they'll drown. That's the only thing they only see us as paychecks. I don't let enemy use them for paychecks. I tell them going about their business. But they use us for paychecks. And if a woman talking about she don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory, she don't want to go to the park, she want somebody, the drizzle woman talking about he got to pay you, give you a $300 first date. First dates is when you get to know each other. You don't get to know each other over a $300 meal. Those $300 meals, that's like 6, 12 months, 18 months down the road. And those are sporadic. You tally up, even at a 6-figure salary, after taxes, you're looking at about $60,000, $70,000 if you're lucky. Most of the time, you're closer to the about 55 range, because you're gonna look at your depends on your insurance, taxes, child. If you got child support, you're probably getting even less than that. If you got 401, how much money you getting taken out for your 401? How much your company's contributing on your health care and things. So $100,000 man isn't making $100,000 when he brings it home. The government the minimum the government is going to take is 28%. Then the state. Now it depends on it's 20 at 6 figures. They're taking a little bit more than 28%, but the minimum they're going to take out is 28. So depends on how many dependents he set up and how many other deductions he's going to be able to, he might be able to break even. But $100,000 don't go the way you think it does. And the women that don't understand this is women that tend to don't make $100,000. I've heard a lot of. I'll tell you a primary example. Go look at Kendra G show. You will see the most train wreck women I've ever seen on my life. All those are vampires. Broke, 5 and belows, weaves, facial piercing, tatted all the hell up. I don't think I've seen any quality women that just wanted a man for a man. They all wanted a man for their money. And the thing is, I understand that, but you should have got that man when he was in his 20s and you in his 20s. You trying to sell yourself as a brand new Mercedes when you're a freaking Pinto with 300,000 miles on you. You can't do that. You can try, but it ain't gonna. Nobody wants it. Who the heck gonna marry a 57-year-old woman? We got 6 kids. That's only the 6 kids are the 6 kids we know of. But you got far more bodies on you than that. Women don't ever tell you the bodies, but there's a way of finding that out too. That's a whole different secret. But anyway, what are you gonna do? The black community is a train wreck right now. Dating is at an all-time low. Men are getting frustrated. They're tired of the same BS. You women just want us from most of the men. I don't really date. I gave up. I don't date black women anymore because y'all ain't worth. Most of y'all ain't worth shit. To be honest, most of y'all ain't worth anything. And the ones that are worth something, they've been snatched up off the market. The rest of all y'all leeches. Y'all trying to figure out how much money you can get out. You ain't getting you getting donuts out of me. You might get a Happy Meal if you're lucky. But I ain't taking no. I'm talking about she won't go on cheese. I don't even go to cheese. I've never been to Cheesecake Factory. But if I say, hey, let's go to a park, why don't you go ahead and make a basket, and we go to the park, and you say no, you need to go to some lame ass restaurant because you ain't never ate there because you ain't ate in 2 days. Nah, go find another sample because this brother ain't gonna do it. Don't let women play you, because they will. They will play you like a violin, cash you in. They will this is how treacherous some of them are. They will literally have you take them out on a date, then go to the rookie Ray who broke his get out. You get no nookie and turn around and give the nookie to him for free, and you were simple enough to do it. Don't fall for it, dudes. Don't fall for it. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's why I tell young men to find your woman as young, within age range, who doesn't have all that baggage. Because a 30, 40, 50-year-old woman who's hitting the wall, They got too much baggage. All of y'all got kids. Most of y'all have kids. The ones that don't have kids can't have kids. And why would you want to bring that kind of drama into your life when you can go out and get you a nice little 22-year-old, even though she might still have she might have a couple $100,000, she might have 20, 30,000 miles on her, but she's still doable. She may be past her, a pair bonding phase, but she's not going to give you the kind of headaches that a stubborn 47-year-old will give you. And women call you predators for doing it. Men like younger women because of fertility. A 47-year-old woman can't do nothing for me. I'm not planning on having any more kids. I'm done. The factory's closed. But there are a lot of men that still want to have kids. You 47 years old, 50, you 60. What kids you gonna give? You already got a small basketball team. What you gonna do? You gonna have to go to somebody else to have kids with? That's why y'all shouldn't be out here running around giving your wound up to every jar that gets it. And if you're going to do that, at least please have the doggone common sense to use birth control. Because I am so sick of seeing y'all walking around here with all these kids and then complaining men ain't nothing. No, it's not the men. It ain't the men boo-boo. It's the men that you are attracted to and the ones that you chasing after that ain't worth nothing. There are a lot of good men out here who are single and childless that are looking for good women, but they're not going to play the stupid games that y'all want to play. And y'all keep want to play them games. You talking about you need a man that's 6 feet. 6 feet tall men is a small portion. They are probably like the top 10% men. The average height for a man is 5'9". So you want a man that's 5'2", 5'3". The number's even smaller when you go to those numbers. But you want a man that's over 6 feet tall. Then you want a man that's making over six figures. Then you want a man that's healthy. I've seen a woman. This actually was on Kendra G show. She was big as she was big as a battleship. I mean, huge. Talking about she won't date a guy as big as she is. Please make sense. Please make sense of that. Please, somebody tell me. Please, somebody make sense to that. And I'm gonna tell you a woman that you don't. I'm gonna tell you some top tier things. This is and this is referring to women. Do not mess with women that with fake hair in their heads. That's gonna cause you drama. And in the long run, you're gonna end up having to pay for that nasty ass hair that they got on their head, those nasty ass lashes, and them hideous ass nails they wear. So you're looking at if you get slow down. Those lace frontals are one-day events. You should only put those on your head for one day, take it off, not wear it for another several months. Women are wearing those frontals for 3 to 6 months at a time. Their heads stink like raccoon urine. So don't mess. If she gets with you, she's going to want to get that hair done more often because she can't afford it. It's going to be $300+ for them to rip that off her head. And that's why you get most of these women, you see their hairline way back here. I'm 54 years old. My hairline is here. I've seen women that's younger than I am, hairline back to here. But because they're using those frontal laces and their edges are gone. I'm going bald like a mud, but male pattern baldness. But you got women who are intentionally destroying their natural hair because they want to look like Caucasian women or Asian women or Hispanic women. They hate themselves so much. That's why I say do not date women with fake hair. Number 2, tattoos. A chick with tattoos, you evade them like the plague. They're more likely to have psychological or emotional issues. Again, do not date a woman with tattoos. She's more likely to have psychological. You don't want to believe me? Go look it up yourself. There are papers written up. Literally, the papers. I figured that out a long time ago, probably like 20, 30 years ago, when I noticed a distinct difference between women that had tattoos and those that didn't. And then it was like maybe 8 years ago or something, somewhere around there, I came across an article that was talking about. Actually, the article was written for doctors, warning them about people who wore tattoos and the related which company. So I dug a little deeper. There's several mental issues that people with tattoos do. There's no difference between tattoos and cutting yourself. People say, oh, if she cut herself, she has a mental disorder. You tattooing, you also have a mental disorder. That doesn't mean that every person that tattoos has a mental disorder, but she has a high potential, somewhere in the high 90s, of being cuckoo. Second, if she is wearing these Crocs, flip-flops, boy shoes, if she's talking like a dude, calling men N-words, women the B-words, talking in broken English, bro, do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, those are ratchet women, straight hood. They can't put two sentences together to save their life. You cannot take her around any of your colleagues when she can't even understand the English language because she act like she doesn't have a brain cell in her head that's still alive. Guess how embarrassing it would be. You go to your colleagues, you making 6 figures plus. You go to your colleagues and y'all go have a lunch or which kind. You bring her ratchet butt over there, and she talking about at the end of the day, you know what I mean? You understand? And they all these white folks looking at her like she lost her mind. All these women who've got college degrees, who are stay-at-home moms because their husband's making over 6 figures and they paying for all the bills, and she can't even put two sentences together because she's ratchet as all get out. A woman is a direct influence on what a man is. So a man is judged by the quality of woman that he has, and a woman is judged by the quality of man that she can get. If you got a ratchet female, you may not be in that club too much, dudes. Nobody want no ratchet woman around them. And you got women out here that's just so ratchet, they can't even... I said, they're like, what did you just say? And it's bad enough, dudes do the same thing. End of the day, know what I mean? Bro, say every sentence starts with bro. As if you didn't make it past 3rd grade. That mess has to stop. Y'all need to learn how to speak proper English. I'm not an English major, don't care. But speak so that I understand you. And I'm not the only one that has complained about this. Sometimes y'all talking like, what the heck? What are you talking about? Stop trying to be a simp and follow every trend that's on the market. And that's another thing. Women that are trend chasers, you don't want them. You don't want them. Trend chasers. If a woman walking around here, if a new trend comes through, and she wants to follow it, don't do it. If she out here, if she has a high desire for spending money, like she want to go out here and she have to have certain types of shoes, expensive, name brand clothes. Leave her. She don't have any hobbies that's reasonable hobbies. I've seen women that read books and you don't ever hear from them. I've seen women that got arts and crafts. I've seen women who sit there and build up structures for their kids and do all these educational stuff for the kids. And then I see the ratchet women who you look at them and like, oh, she dressed nice, and you look at the kids are snotty nosed and look like they homeless. She takes all that welfare and Section 8 money and spend it on herself and don't give the kids absolutely nothing. Which comes back to another point, which I think the government needs to change. They need to eradicate Section 8. They need to eradicate welfare. They need to eradicate food stamps, because what you're doing is you're creating a generation of people who are dependent on the state and the federal government, and taxpayers are having to pay for this while they sit back and have kids living with Rookie, Ray Ray, and Pookie, and they're not doing anything with their lives. If you ain't trying to go out here and work and do something, see, if you gave them a 5-year limit, they'll be forced to do better with themselves. But because you don't give them a 5-year limit, and you know something else, I would cut off child support. Oh, I know that women about to roll over in your grave. I'll get rid of child. You know why? Because child support only benefits the women. Because most men that get custody of their kids, and most states don't allow them unless they can prove the mother is unfit. Most men that get custody of kids don't ask for child support. If you can't afford to take care of your kids, states ought to give it to the men. But you know why that's never going to happen? Because the states have a vested interest in going after men for child support, because they get a cut of the child support. They tax on a certain percentage of that child support, be it 50, 60, $80. So imagine you got 1 million people in your state on child support. And let's say the minimum is $50 that they charge. I'm just going to go $50. 50 times 1 million is $50 million. But let's say most of them are not even doing that. So let's cut it in half. $25 million. $25 million a month, not a year, a month. So the states don't have an interest in getting rid of child support because they're making too much money off of it. And that's why you guys got to be careful who you have babies with, because you have nobody to help you, and the women have everybody that's going to help them. The state, federal government, everybody's going to help them. They will let you sit there. They will sit there. You could be in a hospital on life support, and they're trying to figure out how to get money out of your bank account, even though you don't have a job. But a woman can go months or years without paying child support, and then when they put her in jail. And I don't understand the purpose of putting a man in jail for child support, because then you make it harder for him to get another job. So then you even make it even harder to get jobs. I've even heard of guys who sleep on couches, on people's couches, because they take so much of his money, he can't even survive. So she can go on to keep having bastard children, but because usually nobody else wants to marry them, so they go out and have some more kids. But he can't even restart to have another life because so much child support is given to him, been taken from him, so he can't even survive. Make sense? Somebody make sense of that. I don't see how none of this makes any sense. But all this stuff can be fixed if you clean the slate. Let's take the slate and just wipe it clean. Boom. We give you all 5 years. Get off Section 8. Go out and find a job. Get something. Do something with yourself. Go 5 years. You can get a bachelor's degree in 4. Go out and get an education. There are student loans. Apply for one. Go to college. Sitting around on taxpayer expense makes you a leech. Let me say that again. Sitting around at taxpayer expense make you a leech. This is why so many men that have good jobs, and most people that have good jobs, or any kind of job, is so pissed off, because we see so many of y'all sitting there on your butts, not doing nothing, while we out here. I've seen guys who sit there struggling to pay rent for their $2,000 house, and a woman over here got 6 kids living in a 6-bedroom house paying $50 a month for rent. Somebody please explain how that should be even. She should be in a hovel in a cardboard box with her 6 kids. She laid down and had them. She made all the mistakes. She didn't learn from the first mistake, and she didn't learn from the 6th mistake. And if she could have another one, she would. But the state doesn't do anything to fix this. That's why child support became so popular, because when child support came into effect, it was supposed. Now I've heard 2 different stories from 2 different people with how all this started. And one lawyer explained to me that it was started because of so many men that got killed during World War II. There were so many women that didn't have husbands, and the husbands were providers, and so they brought that in to help relieve some of the trauma and help support the wives. There was another. What was the other one that came up? I don't remember the other one, but. What the kicker of all this is that when things started getting up to speed, and they noticed that as more white men started getting employed, more of their families got off welfare. But what they noticed that they couldn't understand is as more black men became employed, more claims of welfare increased, which did not make any sense. The claim, it should have went down. What was happening is black women would keep kicking their husbands out the house in favor of a check. See, the government started all this mess. They should have left it alone. They started this mess, and now they're in a situation where they can no longer afford to pay for it. So what you do? We just suck them in. You got congressmen that's straight suckers who sit there and bury a man, there's a law, there's a book that never, there's a law that never made any traction. That's out there. It's called the, it's the HR something law. It was basically, it's not made any traction for a couple of years now, so it's probably really not going to go anywhere. But this law was so crazy that it was going to allow women to get child support for an unborn child purely off the basis of her name, of her word, or who the father was. Now we do know, statistically, 30% of all households, or 30% of all the men that's paying child support, aren't the fathers. Yeah, 30% of all the men that are paying child support aren't the fathers. So the women are out here having sex with different dudes, and they'll have sex with Wookiee and Ray Rays, but they'll pick the good guys to throw the child support on, which is sad. That's why I'm with I'm straight up, and I believe the DNA test. I don't care if they're married or if they're single. Every child is born in this country, a DNA test needs to do to confirm who's the father is, because women are absolute liars. And you can look at them. All you gotta do is go outside, and you see, everyone you see with makeup on their face, they're lying. They're hiding who they are, wearing weaves, all this other crazy stuff. They're all liars, and they have no problem lying to somebody about who their kids are, because they know the Wookiee and Ray Ray won't pay child support because they got the money. They get? You can't get water from a rock. But the good guy, yeah, she can milk the hell out of him because he got a good job and all this other stuff. But she's not really interested in him, just his money. So, which is sad. It really is. But that's the way the modern women thinks these days. They only see us for paychecks, and they see us for paychecks the older they get. And unfortunately, what's sad about all this is that they don't understand that if you do it right, this I don't understand this philosophy they have about building a house from the roof down. So if you want a family, you want a husband, you build your family like a house. Pour the foundation. You find a suitable site, get it surveyed, pour the foundation, and you build it from the foundation up. Most women are building from the top down. That's always an epic failure, because you cannot build from the top down. You have to build from the bottom up. And that's why they keep eating up in these situations where they can't find a man. They've been ran through. They got too many miles on them. They out here, multiple baby daddies. And what kills me, and I'm going to say this, and I know this is going to burn up a whole lot of people, you women who sitting there talking about you want a God-fearing man and you ain't done nothing that your religion teaches you, because you out here having bastard children, and you'd have having sex out of wedlock, and you wasn't a virgin when you had sex with your husband. And by the way, none of them married. They're all single. Never been married. You 40-some years old, ain't never been married, but you got 6 kids. And then you want a God-fearing man. That God-fearing man, that's leverage for women. They want to be able to judge that man if he screws up. But you can't judge her. Oh, they're quick to say, only body can judge me is God. That's BS. That's your escape kit. If she sit there, if you see a woman that's unmarried and don't believe what she says, go to the courthouse, check out her marriage license, make sure she was married. Go look up the birth certificates of her kids. Not one that's printed off on canvas, a legitimate birth certificate. Whatever state you is, each state does it slightly different. But verify what she says. Don't believe what she said, because women will lie, look you straight in the eye and lie to you. So if she's unmarried, got multiple baby daddies, dude, you hit that ground and you haul tail. Don't even look back. I don't care how pretty she is, how much back end she has. That woman is sexually irresponsible, and you don't know what she has, because if she letting everybody shoot up her club and everybody run helmet on her, and she don't having one night stands and don't do it. Let them move out to the pasture and just die by themselves. Let them go get a couple of puppies and maybe some guppies or something, because they're not fit women to be with. And I say the same thing. You got a man out here with all these kids. He's sexually irresponsible. He just having sex with women, no protection. He don't know what he's going to catch. And what's that guy named Nick Cannon? Absolute buffoon who out here got 13 kids. They still having kids. Uh, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, and I think he has like some autoimmune disease, but whatever the case is, and I think that's even genetics. I have to go look it up. I don't remember the details of how that all works, but even though, I mean, I wouldn't recommend him to any woman. Oh yeah, he got some money. Okay, well, I still wouldn't recommend him to you either, because you don't know what any of the women have. You know who? I mean, I think was it him? I think it was him that was the girl that was all tatted up that had been sleeping around and end up having full blown AIDS and end up they say they were able to save her because of modern medicine, but she was tatted up. She don't even know who gave it to her, and I think he was one of the people that they had photos of leaving out the hotel with. You don't know what these dudes are doing, and you just letting random dudes. And I'm telling you, I know for a fact that it happens, because most women will let you shoot up the club with nothing on, nothing. Don't even know your last name. Don't even know your last four of your social, and will let you shoot up the club. Those are women should scare you half to death. Because if they let you do it, they letting everybody else do it. You ain't special. Believe that. So anyway, I was all over the topic. I was going to go focus on one topic, and I kind of went over the place. But this is just a highlight. We're going to go into deep discussion about relationships, how to improve relationships. If you're really looking for a man, some of these unrealistic expectations that you have, you're going to have to get rid of them. Because the men, most of y'all claim that y'all want, there's not enough of them to go around. So you're either going to have to buy a dog, a gerbil or a hamster or something, but there's not enough of those men to go around. And most of y'all don't look good enough to have them. I mean, why would anybody choose a 8 over a woman that's a 4? And the 8 is 22 and you 47. Why? Why would he choose? And you being 47, you're not in the best of shape. So some of y'all, but most of y'all are morbidly obese. Most of y'all got multicolored hair and all this other stuff going on with you. So why would anybody really want that? You're gonna have to lower you, and y'all kill me with it. You don't want to lower your standards. Men have been lowering their standards from the beginning of time. We've dated ugly women. We've dated women that were overweight. We've dated women that were useless. We dated women that were functioning, were barely functional. Men have been known to date down. Most men today still date down. That's why you'll see you rarely see a really, really handsome guy with a really, really attractive woman. Usually what you'll see a man that's a 5 and below with a very attractive woman, because he has the resources that she wants. But most of those guys, the most attractive guys, most of them are broke. Let's be honest. I mean, look at the dude that was off of what was that show called? It was one of those crime shows. Light skinned dude. He was also in the movie Brothers. Did you see his wife? His wife was white, I believe. I don't know if she was white or she was mixed, but she was average. I mean, she wasn't an ugly girl. I mean, she was an average girl. She was about 5'6". But we don't really care that much. You got a man that's talking about he in his 50s talking about I do know one guy that does that, but he can't really ask for that. But most men, and I said told a lot of my friends this 30 years ago, that men, as they get older, are more willing to settle with an average looking woman, than a really overly attractive woman. Because attractive women are a pain in the butt. Let's be honest, right? Because they think they catch me out. Most of them do, and so we would date down and find a girl. If you could cook, you could give us peace. I don't have to hear your mouth running all the goddamn time. You know how to be quiet, sit over there and look pretty. Don't dress like a man. Don't act like a man. Act like a woman. Because right now, the biggest problem I have with a lot of women these days, y'all dress and act like dudes. And men, heterosexual men, don't want a woman that are walking around with boy tennis shoes on. You're walking around, you over sexualizing yourself. What man wants a woman out here look like she at night she's a streetwalker? And yet you love this attention. I understand that you love the attention, but the attention that you're getting is the wrong attention. The guys that's gonna hit you on your DMs are guys that you're never gonna marry. They're just gonna milk the cow because the milk is for free and won't roll on about the business. That's why you're still single and unmarried, because you're going after the wrong knuckleheads. And you're going by the wrong knuckleheads by the way you dress and you carry yourself. If you ratchet, that's all you're going to get is ratchet. If you act like a lady and you present yourself as a lady and you dress like a lady, then men are going to treat you very different, because we look at women, we're predators. You look at most animals, they go after the weak, right? So you look at a tiger, lion, bear, whatever, they find the weakest of the pack and go focus on that one because it's an easy kill. We are animals too. We do the exact same thing. We go in and we find the women that has the weakest, the lowest self-esteem, and we go after them. That's why a lot of y'all with y'all wigs and muffin tops and all of the BS that you wear, that's why you keep running into the same knuckleheads, because we can smell the insecurity in you. Because nobody that's securing themselves won't put a mat on their head. We already know that you're damaged. So we're going to go after you and have our way with you and go on about our business, because we are predators. We smell the fear and the damage in you. We like, yep, look at that. She got that rat nest on her head. Yep, I got it tonight, buddy. Which one y'all going after that one? Oh, you got him, John? All right, go ahead and get her. We already know she's jacked up in the head. And if you got tattoos, oh yeah, we're not gonna give you we might give you a burner phone number. We might give you a Google phone number. But most of us, the ones that know what we're doing, we're not gonna give you our primary phone number, because we don't want you to end up calling us. And I'm gonna tell you something. If a man don't take you to his house, that's the reason why. Because most of y'all are crazy. And I know from personal experience, women will come to your house unexpected. They'll show up at your house. And me, I don't play those kind of games. That's why I don't let women know where I live at, because I don't need that kind of drama. Y'all are emotional train wrecks. And this emotional intelligent BS that y'all coming in with, I don't know who created that nonsense, but women, emotional intelligence, I don't know what you mean by that. But women are emotional train wrecks. So you want an emotionally intelligent man when you're you're an emotional train wreck. So any women that, whatever ideas of your emotional intelligence means, whatever y'all go by, because y'all keep making up words that don't make any sense anyway. So go ahead and post in the comments what you mean by emotional intelligence. Also, post in the comments what you mean by God-fearing man, because I'm dying to know what the heck y'all mean by that, because it doesn't correlate with what you claim you're looking for and what you've done. And no matter how you want to look at it, your past will follow you to the day you die. So that's why you got to be careful what you do. If a guy go out here and get a felony, it's going to carry through his life till he goes to his grave. You go out here and sleep with all these dudes, it's going to carry to the end. Dude, before I get off this, because I'm rampant, I'm doing a rampage now. But there was a sad story where this one girl went after some dude. He was somewhere in the movie industry or music industry, and allegedly she was a virgin. She was the V, and she gave it up. And when he saw the B, realized she was a. And she said, "Yeah, I was V," and he went and hit it again. Unfortunately, dude had the H, and I don't mean the herpes. He had the other H, the 3-letter word, starts with H, ends with a V. There's I in between. And y'all women, y'all catching stuff that y'all don't need to be catching. Now she's young and she got it, and she'll have the rest of her life. And y'all willing to wish y'all life off dudes ain't worth nothing. Anyway. that's my rant. Uh, I'm going to try to come up with some better topics. I'll probably do some live ones with you guys. But we, as a group of people, need to do better. Y'all women need to change our standards because y'all don't even meet the standards that you putting on men, which I think is crazy. Because everything time I hear a woman talking about what she asked for, she doesn't have what she's requiring. And he provide a meal, forget about it. One, you're probably too old to get a provider meal, unless he broke down and he has no other options. But you guys, if you have a job and you working and you have kids, you need to come out of your pockets. It is crazy for a man to sit there and pay 100% of the bills and you take your whole paycheck and you go out and buy garbage with it. Like weaves and fake lashes and these ugly ass fingernails that y'all be wearing. And I don't know how you cook, let alone wash yourself with 6-inch nails hanging off your hands. I don't know where this nonsense comes from, but whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. I'm going to upload it. I'm just going to list this as a general topic. I had a topic in mind, but then I went on a complete rampage. Until next time, folks, I'll talk to you. Like I said, I may do some live chats. Post in the comments if you whatever you want to talk about. I'll try to do this once a week or so. But we need to do better as black folks, man. This stuff, the population is dwindling, and when it's going to get to the point if things don't change. I think there was a statistic done by 2030 that 45% of all women are going to be unmarried and childless. So I want you women to think about this. Who's going to do the fighting and protect this country if you guys are putting your careers first and families last? Because it ain't you women out there doing the fighting and killing and dying. It's the men. You guys ain't out there fixing power poles. You're not out there fixing the sewer holes. You're not out here doing manual labor. Well, I have seen some of my Latino, Hispanic, women. I've seen them out there. They're doing construction. I see every once in a while. If I do see a black woman doing construction, she's usually not from here, but they are. I see more Hispanic doing construction, and they do it with pride. That's the difference between us and Hispanics. They work and they get. I got nothing but love for my Latino brothers and sisters, because I'm telling you, they work like they in love with their job, even though I would look at but they put so much effort and quality control in their work, and you look at us and we just like sloppy Joe, we just fall outside the bread and we half-ass everything, and there are some good people, black people that do good jobs, and they have business and they do it. Some of the most expensive hair places you go to, go to a black what do you call it, beauty shop? That's whatever they call it, shop that women go get their hair done, and look at some of the prices of what it is to get the weaves and all this stuff in your head and all this BS. It is crazy how much you guys have to pay. That's why most of y'all heads smell like it's about to rot off. But anyway, let me get off here because I keep running off. I'll be on here for the next 3 hours talking about stuff that we need to change. But put in the comments what you think we need to work on. I'll come up with some ideas of how to fix it. But if we want to do something, not just black people, but people in general as a nation, because this nation wasn't just founded on one group of people. It's a group of people all coming together for a better cause. I have my Latino brothers and sisters. I got my Middle Eastern brothers and sisters. I don't treat anybody any different. You with me, we under the same flag. Boom. We brothers and sisters. But some of y'all need to get your act together. Y'all just, especially us in the black community, we ratchet as all get out. And y'all need to start doing something other than, I was talking to a friend about how we always trying to impress and make us make people think that we have money. We go out and buy expensive cars and stuff you can't afford, and go out and walk around and buy Jordans. And I always made fun of this. And like, you live in the projects and you walking around in Jordans. You can't pay your rent or feed your own self. But I go down here down the street, or a couple of miles down the street, to these $500,000, $750,000, $1 million homes, and their kids are not wearing Jordans. You know why? Because they got enough common sense not to waste their monies on some $3 tennis shoes. Now, you tell me what's wrong with the black community. Most of the people who are out here buying Jordans is the black community, and most of them are poor and broke. So you walk around with a man walking around here with Jordans, you know he broke. You walk around, men walking around here with these locks in their heads, you know they broke. Because you don't see any CEOs walking around with locks in their heads. You can pretty much tell how much a person is worth by the way they act, the way they speak, and how they're dressed. And I'm telling you, 80% of what you say, if you learn how to read people correctly, 80% of what people tell you or what's about them isn't coming out of their mouth. It's the overall picture. So it's the 20% that come out of their mouth that make or break the deal. The 80% is what you look at. So you walk in, I'll give you a prime example. Got a girl, you meet a girl, got a weave in her head. Well, she got a weave in her head. I'm not going to talk to her anyway. But let's say she got a weave in her head, got these butterfly lashes, she got these 6-inch long nails, and she's walking around in some boy tennis shoes and some, hoochie mama, which comes. Do you think that would be a woman that I would want to be the, mother of my kids? Absolutely not. And on top of that, she got, she got the which come on her head, and then she just happened to have a bonnet on her head halfway. Ugh. Before I get off here, I really do need to get off. Black women, stop wearing bonnets in public. It's not outside wear, it's household wear. You can wear a bonnet in your house, that's fine. But you go out in public, we are the only group of people that's so ratchet. We walk around in public with bonnets on their heads, and then you get upset when somebody's called you ratchet. Because you are ratchet. Same thing with y'all walking around here with PJs on and other. Oh, Jesus Christ. Y'all talk out of both sides of your head simultaneously. You're talking about what you look for in a man, but then you look at you and you look like you're straight out of the trailer park. Look like somebody just dropped you off the back of a pickup truck. PJs, bonnet on your head. You don't ever wear a bonnet in public. The only people you see walking around, and now I see men walking around, and that's even worse, is black women. I've yet to see a Hispanic. I've yet to see a white woman. I've yet to see an Asian or Indian, any other race of people, because most people got enough common sense not to walk out the house with a bonnet on their head. And y'all made wearing bonnets a piece of armor or something to be proud of. No, that just tells men how lazy and ratchet you are walking around with a bonnet on your head. Bonnets aren't cute. They're not pretty. They ratchet in public. If you go online and you Kendra G or whatever, take that damn bonnet off and put it somewhere else. The world don't need to see you. The world don't need to see you looking like a clown. And now I'm seeing older women putting bonnets on their head. What happened to the class? What happened to women that were classy? You don't see them anymore. Maybe it's because the music people, they out here, all these, what is Sexy Red, who look a hot mess and got piercings all in her face and look tattooed all around and, proud that she don't ever use condoms and all this little crazy stuff. But anyway, enough is enough. Let me get off here. But post your comments in the comments. I know this is going to be heated. I know a lot of y'all ain't going to like it. But it is what it is. We need to change as a group of people, and we need to come together as a country, because this has to come to an end. I mean, you can't expect to have good quality men when you coming out the house looking like a hot mess and burnt cheese. Really, you can't. And a lot of y'all come out the house, you don't care what you look like. And you when you come out the house, you don't know when you're going to find your man. And your man see you walking around with a bonnet with fake hair on your head and lashes and these 6, 8, 12-inch nails and got Skittle-colored nails or nails that look like a hot mess. He going to look at you like, cute girl, but she ratchet. Go right past you. And that could have been the husband of your life. But you missed out because you dressed like you don't care about your appearance, and you don't care about what you look like, and you're too focused on trying to follow every lame, crazy ideas that whatever the current fashion is, you just follow whatever trend it is, And that's why y'all keep end up single, because you're following all these backwards trends that don't help you. It hurts you. Until next time, folks, I'll talk to you later. I'm out of here.